give us a holler at thelab.com.
And I would like to thank everybody. For tuning in to Are You Pondering What I'm Pondering, hosted by thelab.com. Once again, that's DA-LAB.com. And the question that we are asking is, are you pondering what I'm pondering? So today's show is basically a extension of last week's show. There were a couple of points that I made that after having conversations with a couple of people in my inner circle, we thought that it would be more beneficial to highlight some of those past topics or statements that were made in another way. And today basically what we're going to do is talk about how artists using parts versus whole. Last week I talked about, do you put out completed albums or mixtapes? And the basic premise behind that was, as an artist, is it more productive for you to have pieces of your material out everywhere opposed to one solid, concise work of art that only you are distributing? And to me personally, working on the end of management and things of that nature, it just seems that your artist, or excuse me, as an artist, you have a wider variety or wider audience that you're able to touch at a rapid pace by doing mixtapes opposed to doing completed albums and then dump out an album. Like, I had a conversation with my cousin last night, Mr. 16 Bars, shout out to Mr. 16 Bars, and I was just talking about how back in the day we used to go and buy snippets. See, a lot of people don't know what snippets are, but a snippet was basically a 90-minute piece of whatever song that this artist was trying to get out there. So you may get 5 snippets on the tape, and you would vibe and bump and just really get into that album off of those 90-minute selections from that tape, which provoked you to want to go out and purchase the album off of the snippets. And as I was talking to my cousin, I was telling him that that's a good idea to reinvent artists as we know it, because right now everybody's stuck on either I'm going to do a mixtape or I'm going to do a whole album. But technically a mixtape is nothing but a compilation of snippets, because on a mixtape, not most mixtapes do you get an entire song of the artist. You get a verse, you get a verse and a half, you get a verse and a chorus, but you don't get the whole song. So basically all somebody is doing is putting their voice and some type of special effects over top of snippets. I'm sorry, DJs, if I'm giving away certain ideas, but everybody can't do it with the flair that you all do it. I mean, because there are a lot of DJs out doing a lot of mixtapes, and they're really helping a lot of these independent artists and the side artists. But we as connoisseurs of music and entertainment and art have to start understanding that there are other ways for us to go about empowering and giving ourselves a stronger base to stand on as artists. So that's why I'm coming to the general public with the topics that I'm speaking of. I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes. I'm just trying to get cats to open up their minds for a little bit and stop having everybody thinking that there's only one formula to do this. Because if you ask me personally, going to sign your soul over to a record label opposed to you controlling your own fate, if I got a choice in the two which one I'm going to take, I'm going with controlling everything myself. I don't feel like anybody can tell me what songs to put out or what I should do or what perception I should be playing, because I know who I am as an artist. Okay? Shout out to Kirk B. Kirk B. Mad love to you, my boy. There's another artist that we got that's going to be coming out real soon. We got some stuff working with him. We're going to highlight a couple of his tracks tonight. So here's one of Kirk B's tracks right here, and we'll be back momentarily with y'all. Are you pondering what I'm pondering?
This thing needs to get a better grip. This isn't. This one's not.
That's why I had it set the way it was. See, you got all of it standing straight up. You got to stretch it out.
Yeah, I'm saying, but this one's not like all. It's not tightened all the way. It's loose too. Hold on, I'll get it while it's on. Is it lefty tighty?
See, it's completely crooked now. So that's why you got to stretch it all the way out, like so.
I got you. Oh, yeah, this is better anyway. Yeah, this is good. So I can zoom out right there and get everything, and zoom in right here and just get. I don't know why I'm still recording.
Okay, and we're back with Are You Pondering? Well, I'm Pondering, hosted by the lab, da-lab.com. I know a lot of you haven't heard me say who I am personally because I'm just a vessel for the lab, but for all of y'all that don't know, I am proper villain Rusty 10, aka Russell Ackland. Get with it, proper villain. And just to set the record straight, I'm throwing a new word out there momentarily through this show. I'm just going to drop different stuff on y'all. And last week I heard Britney Spears say swagger in a song. We are going to retire the word swagger. Swagger does not exist anymore. The new word is, drum roll, meaner. M-E-A-N-E-R. Excuse me, M-E-A-N-O-R. Short for demeanor. So from here on out, it's about being on my meaner. And some of y'all gonna take it, some of y'all ain't. But I guarantee you, that's some hot shit. Another jewel from the lab. Are you pondering what I'm pondering? Get on my meaner. Get on my meaner. All right, the second segment, we want to try to talk about standing on your fan base. And when we say stand on your fan base, we don't mean literally with your feet in the back of a fan of yours, but we're talking about allow yourself a certain amount of longevity via your fan base. And the way to ensure that you have a certain amount of longevity via your fan base is to show your fans as much love as possible. And by showing your fans love, I mean taking as many singles, snippets, mixtapes, promotional albums, promotional DVDs, t-shirts, wristbands, hats, boy shorts, tank tops, white beaters, anything that you can think of that you can put in somebody's hand and say, hey, thanks for listening to me, or here, check me out. I guarantee you 20 times out of 45 times, if you give a person something, they're going to take notice to what you've given them, opposed to you asking somebody for an exchange of, here's my product, give me some money. I mean, most fans will do that, but on a large scale, it doesn't happen like such. And with it not happening like that, you have to really understand how to manipulate and stand on your fan base. Like, it wouldn't hurt to host a happy hour at a bar somewhere and just give out CDs. It wouldn't hurt to participate in a urban night, an open mic session, anything like that, and just pass out publications about you, anything where you can create a buzz. Going back to last week's show, everything is centered around establishing yourself and your product as a force to be reckoned with. Anything that you can do to get other people to buy into, not so much buy into, but to gain the same level of understanding about who you are and what your message is as possible, the better you will stand in the long run. I mean, everything right now in Nashville is everybody wants to put out albums and charge everybody out the yin yang, and then once they put out their albums, most artists are independent artists in Nashville. They don't understand why that album doesn't make any sales, because in most cases the people in your neighborhood are